Haigaon. I have been thinking about the Ngarla word Mikurr. There is a place just outside of Port Hedland in Western Australia called Mikurr, the jealousy place. Actually, in order to understand what this means, I would like to make the distinction we make in Swedish. You see, in English, you talk about jealousy. In Swedish, we distinguish two types of jealousy. There is the general type of jealousy, avundsjuka, and there is the type of jealousy that people feel for romantic and or sexual reasons, svartsjuka. Mikurr is the latter type, svartsjuka. That I am sure of. If it is also avundsjuka, I am not sure of, but it is definitely svartsjuka. So the story about Mikurr, the jealousy place, tells of an older man who married three younger sisters. And you see, at Mikurr there are three hills standing close together. Those are the three sisters. And a bit further away there is a fourth hill, and that is the old man. So the traditional story about Mikurr tells about the marriage between the man and the three sisters and the jealousy that resulted. Svartsjuka. I think personally that svartsjuka is of course an unpleasant trait to display. And I also think that Mikurr is sort of an unpleasant sounding word. So it fits with its sense, the sense it has. So that got me thinking. There are a bunch of words in the Ngarla language that end with a trilled R. What do they mean? So I looked in the database. Specifically, I looked at the 1000 first words in the database, searching for words that end in trilled R. And I came up with a bunch of them. And it is interesting, I think. First of all, a trilled R in the end of words seems to be associated with sounds, continuous sounds too. And we have a few of these words associated with sounds here. Now, these words that end in a trilled R are a bit of a challenge for me as a Swedish speaker, actually, because in Swedish a long consonant sound always attracts main stress, which is not the case in other languages necessarily. And in Ngarla, main stress is always supposed to be on the first syllable. So it's a bit of a challenge. We'll see how we go. I'm feeling under a bit of stress to pronounce them correctly. Anyway, jabur jabur is gibberish. It is language or speech that you don't understand. Kar is a continuous soft noise, and liljir is a continuing rattling noise. And then it turned out that a number of words that end in a trilled R in fact have meanings that are unpleasant, or they denote things that are unpleasant, as is the case with these three words. Now I don't know the whole database in my head, all 3,000 words, and I have forgotten what these three words mean. Just a moment. Okay, I'm good to go again, I think. Now that I have my paper here where I have written down the words. So we have kungur, which is a cold or a flu, which can be unpleasant. The flu more so than the cold, I'm sure all people know. Mangar, restlessness, which is unpleasant, at least for the people around the one who is restless. And then we have kargur, which means poor condition. That something or someone is in a poor condition. I saw one example in the database. Don't kill that kangaroo, it's in a poor condition. Kargur. So there would seem to be a connection to sounds and to things that are unpleasant in one way or another. Then of course we also have words like jajar, which means mound of dirt. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing inherently negative about a mound of dirt. And there is the word muar, which means word. Muar means word. In a number of languages in Northwest and Western Australia. So these seem not to be connected, but something I would like to stress is that I don't know how many loanwords are involved here. That is impossible to know. Nevertheless, interesting to see a certain amount of connection between r and sounds and unpleasant things. That will be all for today. See you later.